So it's day 7, and Scuba and I just had the opportunity to stay at Standing Indian Shelter. A lot of really cool people we had the opportunity to meet for the first time. We're trying to put in a 16-mile day, which is going to take us over that big old mountain right over there. May or may not be the first mountain that's over 5,000 feet that we have to climb, but we were about roughly a third to halfway up of it where we stayed tonight, so we're not too worried about that climb. Big one coming later today though, so we'll check in at those opportunities, and hopefully there's some pretty cool sights to see. See you then. Gadget checking in, and we are at the top, or at least descending now, Standing Indian Mountain. Got to the summit just a little while ago, and I just think it's really cool to point out the difference in vegetation where we're at. It's been a very, very stark difference between Georgia and North Carolina, and the weather has really changed as well. We're looking at the 2 coldest days that we have experienced thus far coming consecutively. Well, I guess even 3, because going into Monday we're looking at lows in the 20s, so that's going to be a little tough to stay warm, but we'll try. But as you can see, it's getting quite a bit more dense, and there's a lot more vegetation. It's really quite beautiful, but the rocks are pretty pervasive. So if you're planning a trip to this part of the AT, best be careful and wear some more durable shoes. Check in with you later. Second big ridge of the day. Check out that view. Pressing farther and farther into North Carolina. The trail is getting rougher and rougher. It's actually quite beautiful and quite challenging. We've got a nice little cliffside trail right here that has been noticeably missing from the Georgia sections. It's kind of nice to be walking along, have a fantastic view on one side, instead of just mindlessly pounding up and down the mountains. So this is our last peak of the day, and then we're going to try to find our way to one shelter or another on the other side of this sharp ascent and descent. And then if we feel good enough, we might press a little bit further even to get to a shelter a little further down the road and get to the NOC, the Nantahala Outdoor Center, a little sooner in the next couple days. So yeah, check this out. Pretty cool. See you later. Approaching mile 100, and it's been the hardest mile yet, so I'm going to give you a first-person view of what we're facing. Pretty cool. Let's see at the top. Well, day 7 has been one heck of an adventure. We woke up this morning planning on doing about 15 miles. Ending at a shelter which is now a mile and a half behind us, and we're pushing forward to Rock Creek Shelter. Got one last little hump to get over, and then it's all downhill to there. We're seeking refuge from the wind and the cold, but it almost seems as if the blue sky and white fluffy clouds came right on time to push away all of the rain and the hail which we've been encountering. So we're pretty stoked about that. We're going to dig in tonight, try to stay warm, and because of this huge mileage day, looks like we'll be rolling into the NOC in about 2 days. Heck of a pace we're keeping. Let's see if we can keep it up. End of day 7, and Scuba and I have pushed forward for a really long day, 18 and 19 miles, and ever closer to NOC. and it is snowing, as you can see. So yeah, it's fortunate that we got here when we did, because we were able to set up camp and try to get out of the elements a little bit. But I'm going to cook myself some dinner because I'm pretty tired. So check in with you tomorrow.